Greetings, detectives. This is Michael with the Murder Mystery Company reading an audio summary for Midnight at the Masquerade. We designed this summary to hit the critical things you need to know to perform this complicated show. Try listening to it in the car on the way to the show, in your headphones while going for a run, on a speaker in the shower while shampooing your hair. Don't listen to this summary while trying to go to sleep, while making out with your significant other, or grooming your cat, Mr. Poofy Face, after he went on a bender caused by too much catnip. Those are bad times. Do not listen to me then. Midnight at the Masquerade takes place at the Billionaires Club ball, where they are meeting to play the game Rich, Marry, Kill. 3 people off of the street are selected to play, and then the members of the club vote on which one is going to be made rich, which one gets to marry a supermodel, and which of the 3 is going to be put to death. These billionaires are not good people. Much to their surprise, it is Sal Fee, the president of the Billionaires Club, who dies. They didn't even vote for that. Off the bat, I'm going to give you the smoking gun clue. The smoking gun clue is the key to solving the entire mystery. The reason you should never, ever give the public these clues. They need to figure it out for themselves. Here is the smoking gun clue. Ella Vader is a club member, so she has access to the library where the masks are kept. She's also a patient with Dr. Feelgood and had access to his drugs. Again, never, ever tell anyone this directly. And now on to the profiles. Bertha Peacock. Bertha is a longtime member of the Billionaires Club and a very rich woman. It's the fact that she is saddled with Mort Peacock, her spineless worm of a husband. He's a real man in her life. Important clues. Bertha has had plastic surgery done by Dr. Feelgood. They insisted that her husband see Dr. Feelgood about getting some work done as well. Bertha is having an affair with Sal Fee, who is a self-made man worth respecting. Co-owner of several businesses with Reginald Sawbucks. Bertha knows that Reginald Sawbucks loves the Rich, Marry, Dead game, the game that just got Sal killed. Found out that Mort has been researching poisons for the last year. To Sal, Reginald Sawbucks wanted to be president of the Billionaires Club more than anything. 3. Bertha will announce that she just wants everyone to know that her worthless husband knows a lot about poisons and runs a costume shop which sells masks. If Mort stands up to her, she will be shocked and absolutely furious. Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood is doctor to the stars. Done plastic surgery on celebrity after celebrity, and more than a few people in this room. Being a doctor gives them an advantage with the opposite sex, and they're not afraid to exploit that. Fortunately, they are not a member of the Billionaires Club. They keep getting denied. Important clues. Dr. Feelgood is actually terrified of dead bodies, and will go so far as to pronounce a person dead from across the room. Dr. Feelgood knows that Sal was not poisoned by his drink. He suspects the mask. Vader is their most famous client. Other clients include Bertha Peacock, Mort Peacock, and Juan Tidman. Sawbucks is the one who keeps denying Dr. Feelgood's application to the club. Dr. Feelgood's invitation to the event was a fake. Act 1, they will pronounce Sal Fee dead without touching the body. Act 2, Dr. Feelgood will reveal that the mask was soaked in DMSO that had a high concentration of Demerol mixed in. They have access to Demerol, but are obviously not the killer. 3, Dr. Feelgood would point out that they are a doctor and have access to Demerol, but so do all of their patients. Ella Vader. Ella is a well-loved and trusted daytime talk show host who has good advice and does a weekly segment busting cheating spouses. A member in good standing of the Billionaires Club. Important clues. Ella Vader has had plastic surgery done by Dr. Feelgood. Has had an affair with Juan Tidman. Fee is not a fan of her show. Not since he went on her live show and Ella said negative things about his app. Same segment, Sal tried to turn the tables on Ella by bringing up dirt about her affair with Juan Tidman, which would have damaged her credibility. They went to commercial just in time. Ridiculous has always claimed that Sal stole the idea for his Busy Bee app from him while they were in college. Dr. Feelgood was on her show once talking about Demerol and how it could kill in too high of a dosage. Jessica Flesher is not an insurance adjuster. She is actually a famous mystery novelist. Articles about how wherever Jessica goes, a murder occurs and then a book is written. This may not be a coincidence. 2, she will announce that Bertha Peacock has had work done by Dr. Feelgood. Enrique Estrada. Enrique is the classic Latin heartthrob, the richest one in Mexico. He is good-looking, charming, and a member of the Billionaire Club. Even on the ballot to become president. He was slated to win, but Sal came out on top. Important clues. He thinks that Sal cheated in the election. Juan Tidman once asked him how to break up with a famous woman. Flesher is actually a murder novelist, and all of her books were about murders that she herself witnessed. Kay invited Jessica Flesher here tonight in the hopes that Sal Fee might wind up dead, just like everyone in her books. Enrique is not shy about using Sal Fee's murder to his advantage. Already he's starting to campaign for president of the club. 3, when the detective asks for clues, he will announce that Jessica Flesher is a beautiful woman who writes murder mysteries based on murders that she, herself, was present for. No coincidence that she is here, and Sal is dead. Juan Tidman. Juan is the perfect butler. Decorum must be maintained at all times. He has done so well at his job at the Billionaires Club that he's actually gotten plastic surgery to have his upper lip stiffened. Important clues. Had plastic surgery done by Dr. Feelgood. He is having an affair with Elevator, but that is getting tiresome for him. Juan intends to end his affair with Ella tonight. The butler, Juan overhears all the gossip and goings-on at the club. For example, and Bertha Peacock have been having marital troubles. Sal Fee seemed to be part of those troubles. Reginald, Enrique, and Reed Ridiculous all resented Mr. Fee. Dr. Feelgood swore revenge on Reginald. When Dr. Feelgood arrived, Juan could see that his invitation was fake. Despite the murder, Juan will always maintain his sense of order and keep doing his job. But in Act 3, he will volunteer that he found the ticket Dr. Feelgood used to get in, and that it is completely fake. He has a copy of the fake ticket and a real ticket to show everybody. Jessica Flesher. Jessica is a murder mystery writer who is plagued with perfect timing. Everywhere she goes, a murder occurs. As a result, she is here incognito as Jessica Flesher, insurance adjuster. She's hoping to have a nice night out without a murder happening. Important clues. Wherever Jessica goes, murders seem to happen. She uses them to write her books, but it doesn't make her a very popular guest. Jessica was invited to the event by Enrique Estrada. Jessica met Enrique a few years back at another murder. Jessica is great at reading people. When she saw Sal Fee on Elle's show, she could see the tension between them. Jessica is good at reading people. When she saw Sal Fee on Elle's show, she could see the tension between them. A lot of people think she's a serial killer. Even when pretending to be an insurance adjuster, she can't help but try and collect ideas for her next book by asking people how they would kill themselves. She's indeed grateful for their help. In fact, in Act 3, when the detective asks for clues, she thanks everyone assembled for their part in her next book, including the killer. Maid Lunatic. Luna is the top maid at the Billionaires Club. She thinks that the game of Rich, Marry, Dead, where the billionaires select 3 people, one to make rich, one to marry a supermodel, and one to kill, is horrific. But she knows there is very little she can do about it. Important clues. His father was once convinced to play the game and was the one killed. She got this job solely to exact revenge on the people who killed her father by sabotaging their game and exposing them for the terrible people that they are. She was in charge of the drinks, and instead of poisoning one, she didn't poison any of them. As far as she knows, there wasn't a poison drink anywhere. Notice that Sal seemed to be itching under his mask. Any member of the club or staff would have had access to the masks. Overheard a conversation between Sal and his lawyers signing over the Busy Bee app company to Reed Ridiculous in the event of his death. In Act 3, when the detective asks for clues, she will announce that she is retiring from maid service and moving away. She wants nothing more to do with these people and their sick greed and power. Mort Peacock owns a costume shop called Mask and Ye Shall Receive. Costume shop is his refuge from his overpowering wife, Bertha. She is the reason he is here today. He's a member of the Billionaires Club by marriage and would rather have stayed home. Important clues. Mort does not love Bertha, but he won't divorce her without good reason. Mort finds out that Sal was sleeping with Bertha while at the party. It may just be the reason he needs to justify his divorce. Bertha made him go and see Dr. Feelgood to have some work done. Mort did get the consult, but never had any actual plastic surgery done. Did research a lot of poisons because he had fantasies about killing his wife. He has a little leverage against his wife, Bertha. Mort is becoming a new man. In fact, in Act 3, when the detective asks for clues, he announces that he is grateful to Sal for sleeping with his wife because now he can be free to get that divorce. Reed Ridiculous. Reed is an old college pal of Sal Fee. They had a falling out over the Busy Bee app that Sal stole the idea from. Is an old college pal of Sal Fee. They had a falling out over the Busy Bee app. Sal stole the idea from Reed's original app, Be Busy. Reed is not a billionaire, but got an invitation from Sal, probably just to gloat. Important clues. Reed hates Sal, but still uses the app. Reed noticed that Mort Peacock, Bertha Peacock, Juan Tidman, and Elevator all checked into Dr. Feelgood's office in the last month. Reed found a box of old photos, including ones of the previous times that the game had been played. He remembered a photo of one of the participants who died, Harry Tick. He must be related to Maid Lunatic. When Sal died, his entire Busy Bee Corporation became Reed's. Reed did not know this until after Sal's death. 2. When the detective asks for clues, he will let everyone know that he's found a photo of Maid Lunatic's father, and that he had died playing the game. He will even produce a photo of Harry Tick to prove it. After Sal's death, Reed's attitude towards Sal changes for the better. Signing over the Busy Bee app to Reed made up for everything. Old Sawbucks. Reginald should have been president of the Billionaires Club, at least according to him. He hates Salfie and his new money made off of a phone app. Running this club should stay with old moneyed folks like himself. Exactly like himself. Basically, him. Important clues. Reginald co-owns several businesses with Bertha Peacock. She is a silent partner. Bertha seems to be very close with Sal, and Mort, her husband, seems completely oblivious. Reginald blocked Dr. Feelgood from entry into the club. Reginald saw Maid Lunatic hanging out near where the masks were kept. Every guest or staff member would have had access to the masks. Enrique Estrada is going to be serious competition for the next president of the Billionaires Club. Enrique barely lost to Sal in the last election. Reed designed an app almost identical to Sal's Busy Bee app. It is clear that Sal ripped it off from Reed. When the detective asks for clues in Act 2, Reginald will actually have the gall to get up and toast to the death of Sal Fee. In Act 3, he will backpedal a little bit and prove that Sal was actually a thief, stealing the Busy Bee app from his friend. He even has a photo to prove it. Sal Fee. Sal is the obscenely wealthy creator of the Busy Bee app and president of the Billionaires Club. He made himself rich right out of college, and that gets him a lot of hatred from old money folks like Reginald Sawbucks. Important clues. Sal and Bertha Peacock are having an affair. Sal did steal the Busy Bee app from his college friend Reed Diculus. Sal has changed his will so that if he dies, the Busy Bee app and all of its profits will go to Reed. He has not told Reed about this, but invited him to the party. The butler Juan Tidman has been looking very chipper. The maid Lunatic seems depressed. And last but most important, Sal is going to die. In the first act, Sal will take a sip from a drink that he is given and then dramatically die. Dr. Feelgood will declare him dead, and the body will be removed. This is how it all breaks down. The killer was Elevator. Ella has a daytime show whose success was based around exposing cheaters. It would be a critical blow to her career to be exposed as a cheater herself. Sal knew about her affair and could ruin her in an instant. Ella was a patient of Dr. Feelgood, which gave her access to Demerol, and she was a member of the club, so she would have access to the masks in advance. She was the only one who had both the motive to kill Sal and the opportunity. None of the suspects that had motive would have access to both the poison and the masks, and those that had access to the poison and masks had no real reason. Thanks for listening to this audio summary of Midnight at the Masquerade, and we hope it has helped you get all the details, motivations, and characters firmly in mind for this very complex show. This has been Michael with the Murder Mystery Company. Knock 'em dead, detectives.